So, if I have to ask you, if what are some three CTAs, some three call to actions that you recommend that people can start doing today, like our viewers can start doing today, to manage their time more effectively and efficiently to be more successful in life? What would you say?
My top three. Well, I'll have one we've talked about already and two that I haven't said. Okay.
Okay.
So the one I would talked about already is write your goals down.
Write your goals down.
Yeah, what do you want to, and I would do a little 2x2, achieve and enjoy at home and at work. So really think about what do you want to do next year and in 5 years' time, what do you want your ideal life like? And the goals may include ikigai of what you love doing and what are you good at and make a difference. How can you make a difference? So really think hard about your goals. I know that's difficult, but at least make a start.
Yeah.
And maybe talk to somebody else. If you live with a partner, talk about, what your goals could be and what theirs are. And have you got any joint goals? But, somebody who you really trust to help you.
Beautiful.
So that's the first thing. Absolutely. You must write. Writing down my goals was the most influencing thing I've ever done in terms of the effect it's had on my life. Had a huge effect. And the number of things I've written down which have then come true just because you've set your sat nav and you've been a bit more disciplined. So I can't recommend that enough. And it costs nothing. It doesn't take very long. Why would you not become one of the 5% of people who've got their goals written down? It's only 5%, you could be one of those.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing. But the other two things I would say are write everything down. So I'm going to use up this last bit of my board, actually. This is good. So I would have a daily jobs to do list.
Okay.
All right. That's easy to do. Every day, have a little list of things you're going to do that day. I probably would write it the night before, actually. But if you want to write it in the morning, you can. And just think, what are the things I need to do today? And we've already said, make sure that there's something important on there as well as the urgent stuff. But if you have a jobs to do list, you'll get much more done. And it doesn't matter whether it's a piece of paper or an app or computer or written on your hand, even whatever. But just have half a dozen things written down that you're going to do today and cross them off as you go. You'll get a lot more done. You'll be a lot more focused. And how long will it take to do that every day? Maybe 2 minutes to write a jobs to do list. So that I think is key. And then the final call to action, the final thing I would say is to have a master list of everything that you've got to do. So this is not the same as your goals. This is just everything. So if you think I'm going to learn Spanish, put it on your master list. Now that's not a daily thing. You're not going to say I'm going to learn Spanish today, are you? Only. So just put it on your master list. Or if you think, I really must repair that fence that's falling down over there, put it on your list. Or if a customer says, could you design me this? Then you say yes to the customer, put it on your list. So everything that you say yes to goes on this list. Everything that you promise and everything that you've decided you're going to do goes on this list. And it could be on a whiteboard, it could be on a piece of paper, it could be in an app, doesn't matter. As long as you've got it all in one place. And that then allows you to prioritize, because then you can look at, you can think, that's quite urgent, that's quite important, that one can wait, that one I'm going to delegate to somebody else. And you can, it's the raw material for all of your planning. And I've known people who've said, I haven't got time to do that. But it's only going to take you 10 minutes to write your big list, isn't it? And then you just add things when they come up. And I've known people who said, I wouldn't want a list. I'd be too depressed at the size of it. But you have to know the size of it.
Yeah.
And you already are worrying about the size of it anyway. Once you write it, it probably won't be as bad as you think.
Yeah.
And if it is really bad, at least you know. And at least you can do something about it. You can cross some out, go back and say no to some people or delegate more or something. But at least you know where you are. So your starting point must be a master list.
Yeah, and the best part is that now, instead of that massive, humongous list residing in your brain, you have offloaded it on your paper or whatever you are writing.
And then you can be creative. You can think about ways to deal with it. You can look at it. You can prioritize it. You're in control then. So write the master list, and then every day, some of the things from there can go onto your daily list.
Yeah.
But you need both those lists. And to have one list doesn't work. You have to have a master list and a daily list. And I would say those two things will have a huge effect. And obviously your goals kind of feed in a bit to those lists as well. So it sort of goes goals, master list, daily list. And if you do those three things, then time management will just happen and it'll be easy. And really, none of those are complicated, are they? I mean, writing your goals down, that's not complicated. Writing a master list of everything once, that's not complicated.
Not complicated.
And then a daily list every day is not complicated.
Lovely.
So you can do it.
Lovely. Thank you. This is excellent. This is a great thing that people can start doing today. The idea is that offload it off from your brain and put it on that paper. Chris, it was such a pleasure and an honor talking to you today. I have learned so much in this just past 1 hour. I feel it's like my one-on-one session with you. Thank you so much for the time that you have spent with me.